Okay, there may be something on a lot of your minds out there, but I'll tell you, the odds, they aren't great. They are 1 in 305.5 million chance. What are we talking about here? Oh, we're talking about the Mega Millions lottery tonight. The 1 in 305 million chance, though, it's not stopping people from buying their $2 ticket before the Mega Millions drawing later tonight, 9 p.m. local time. Now, the prize, it sits at more than $1.2 billion. That's billion with a B. And it's the third largest in the game's history. So we were curious this morning, what would people do with the money if they won? Well, we hit the streets of downtown Boise to ask you, the people of Boise, what would you do if you won $1.2 billion?
If I won $1 billion, I would quit my job and I would become a philanthropist.
That'd be pretty fun.
Yeah, all the pet projects and things that are important to me, I would have money to spend to do them.
Ooh, a whole $1 billion. Let's see. I guess the right answer is to give to charity, right?
The right answer.
Yeah, and then of course spend some on myself. But honestly, I think I'd go traveling also. I mean, what else would you do with $1 billion? Yeah, I would say too much money, but hey, you could just give it to everyone at that point, right? Dollar bills to everyone. But yeah.
I would spend it on building my own privatized space fleet and begin terraforming Mars.
Okay. Then NASA can contract with you.
There we go. Yeah.
Okay.
Screw Elon. I'm out here. We're on it.
Charity, Ukraine, and I would donate it to like other things. I'd also give some to myself.
That's a good choice.
Only a little. So do I get $1 billion?
I wish. If I had $1 billion to give you, I would.
I would pay off all of my debt for myself and my family and probably buy a little nice ranch house out in Texas in the hill country and then give the rest of it away because I wouldn't need it.
I would make sure that my 6 grandchildren can go to college and have an amazing life.
Buy a few apartment complexes, probably.
Complexes?
Yeah.
Here in Boise, or would you all around?
Probably mostly Boise.
Okay.
It's popping off, so.
Oh, I'd buy a beautiful home. I'd travel the world. I'd put some money in the bank. It would just be great. I'd give some to my grandkids and my children. It'd be so fun.
It could be fun, or it could be a complete nightmare. Now, the jackpot for the drawing tonight, about $1.3 billion. Hear me out. How do you even begin to figure out where to put all of that money? I know there's a billion things you could spend it on, but where do you keep this money? Normally, banks only insure funds up to $250,000. So if you were to split up, we'll just say $1 billion here between banks, putting $250,000 in each individual bank, you would need about 2,400 banks, more than 2,000 banks just to hold all your money. Not practical to do all of that. So if you win tonight, you really wouldn't take home $1 billion. You'd likely take home something closer to 700 million after all the taxes and all the fees and all that. But it is a great problem to have, but it is probably pretty difficult to navigate. So just in case any of you win tonight, here's Boise financial expert Dave Petzo with some advice on what you should do if you win $1 billion.
Obviously, you've got a whole immense amount of things that suddenly overnight happen. You're now not really a billionaire after taxes, as we know, but it's a staggering amount of money. And so whether you should be taking it over a 20-year period, once up front, you're going to need a decision-making team, obviously, like lawyers, financial advisors. And why lawyers? Because you've got an estate tax problem now. I mean, overnight, you have an estate tax problem, and you don't know what to do tax-wise. And now you have to write a $300,000 check, or do you just take it over a 20-year period? It is overwhelming, and now everybody's also knocking on your door. Are they real friends? You never had to deal with that before because nobody came knocking on your door because you didn't have any money. Now all of a sudden you do, and you're the most popular guy in town, right? And so all these tough decisions happen for people. It is an overwhelming experience. And I know everybody's out there going, yeah, sure, great. Okay, but I'm going to try it anyway. And so I get that. But it is always incredible to me how people can be in a very depressed state after winning something that they couldn't imagine winning, you know?
Dave Petzo would tell you, instead of buying the lottery ticket, maybe invest it in something else. But I'll tell you this, folks at home and my family, if you're watching, if you never see me again, it's because I won the lottery. Obviously, you've got a whole immense amount of things that, you have to take into consideration here. But anyways, it's a great situation to be in if you win the lottery, but the chances are that none of us will. So there you go. All right, the 208 rolls on after this. It's Friday. Thanks for joining us. We'll be back right after this.